Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of my franchise Hockey Manager 7 playthrough as the Boston Bruins. And as you can see, it has gotten ugly. We currently sit 9-14-6, second worst record in the Eastern Conference. Let's take a look at the schedule, then we'll look at we'll look at our stats and some other stuff, and then we'll kind of go from there. So that's not the right schedule. And you guys can't see the drop-down. I've noticed that the drop-down boxes don't show up on the replay, and I'm not sure how to fix that. So if somebody knows and you want to tell me, that would be fantastic. So we left off here. We lost this 2-1 game to Columbus, and we have since lost 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 8. Our lone win was a 5-2 win over the Blackhawks. We've lost 8 of our last 9 if you go back to this game against Colorado. So it hasn't been good. If we look at our team stats, Bergeron leads us 8 goals, 12 assists, 20 points in 29 games. Jake DeBrusk leads us in goals with 11. Andre Kasha is not doing bad. He's a point every other game. Charlie Coyle's doing okay, although his plus-minus is rough. Charlie McAvoy is almost a point a game, but he's currently hurt right now. He's out day to day. And then beyond that, it's just a whole lot of suck. David Krejci, 1 goal in 29 games. Sean Kuraly, 3 goals in 29 games. Carson Kuhlman, 1 goal in 29 games. Par Lindholm, 1 in 26. It's just bad, man. We called up Urho Vakanainen last time. He's played in 8 games so far, 2 assists. And Zachary Senyshyn, he's got 1 goal. We called him up as well, 1 goal in 4 games. Let's look at the goaltending stats. Avert your eyes. This is not pretty. Tuukka Rask, 3.48 goals against and an .884 save percentage. He is saving... -9 goals below average, so he's just been terrible. Jaro Halak hasn't been much better, although his save percentage is better at .910. He's still putting up a 3.31 goals against. On the injury front, you can see we are the walking wounded right now. Pasternak still out for another month or 2. We get Marchand back shortly. I think he's still game unavailable. Yeah, he's still game unavailable, so he can't play yet, but he'll be back soon. But you remember we lost Sami Vatanen almost immediately last episode. Well, I guess not almost immediately. He played 17 games, but we've lost Craig Smith to a fractured wrist for 1 to 2 months, and Matt Grzelcyk for 1 to 2 weeks with a strained oblique. So everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. And because of that, it's led me to start to look for some potential rebuilding and potential, I guess, trades. So we'll take a look at some of the stats here. But really quickly, Zdeno Chara signed a 1-year contract with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Big Z has already got 2 goals in 6 games for Tampa. It's only 2-star, but I mean, his defense, physical, and his mental ratings are where you would expect them. So that's a good signing for Tampa. Scouting update. Usually the top pick I found is Owen Power. He's usually the one who ends up at the top of that list. Left defenseman currently playing at the University of Michigan. Mason McTavish, Dylan Gunther, a couple of other top players, and at this rate, we're going to end up with a top pick. So, picking up somebody like Owen Power when left defense is our weak spot to begin with would be quite nice. So we'll have to see what happens there. Development report, we did have some of our young players get better, which is nice. John Beecher a little bit better. Quinn Olson a little bit better as well, although he's still listed as not scouted. So I may have to get a scout onto him and see if he is actually that good, or see kind of where he falls. Bergeron and Krejci lost a little bit there, but overall, some positive developments there. And then a couple of trade proposals. I offered both of our goalies. Sorry, I gotta grab my coffee. I offered both of our goalies up in trade offers, and we'll show you this one first. This is really the only one that's interested in me. Jaro Halak for the Rangers 4th round pick, and the Rangers are really, really bad. like worse than us. They're 8-17-2. So presumably this would be the first pick of the fourth round, which I think has some value for a 35-year-old goaltender that we aren't going to re-sign. So that's one that I'm really thinking about. The trade came through today. So basically we have 2 weeks to pull the trigger there. I'm thinking I probably will. But we'll just see what happens over the next couple weeks. And then the other trade offer I got was from the Ottawa Senators, where they wanted to offer us 21-year-old Josh Norris and a fourth-round pick for Tuukka Rask. Now, if you look at Norris, he looks pretty good. He's a 3.5-star potential two-way forward. Again, I have Fog of War on, so you can't see the actual ratings. But scouting-wise, similarities to Charlie Coyle, somewhere around Jake DeBrusk, has the potential to develop into a good player. Right now, he's as good as Anders Bjork. He's playing for Belleville of the AHL, where he's got 15 points in 24 games. Played 3 games for Ottawa last year and was over a point-a-game guy for Belleville last season, his first year in professional hockey. This one's tough because Norris is a really solid talent, but I can't. It's going to be hard for me to give up both of my goaltenders here. So I have to decide if I want to pull the trigger on one of these. I mean, are there any free agent centers out there? I mean, I could sign Jimmy Howard for the rest of the season and make a move for both of my goalies. That seems. Ugh. So this one came through on the 22nd. So I've got 5 days left to make a trade or to make a decision there. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I've got to make a decision here relatively quickly. So let's look at the standings right quick. So over in the East, the Detroit Red Wings sit atop the Atlantic with a 21-7 mark. Toronto and Tampa are closing in, and then obviously, as I mentioned, the Bruins are bringing up the rear. In the Metropolitan, the Capitals 18-2-4 on the season, 9 points free of Columbus, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia. Over in the Central, the Avs at 13-2 lead that division. So the Central having a tough go of it here. Looks like they're beating up on each other a whole lot. Only 7 points separate the top and the bottom. And in the Pacific, the LA Kings and the Calgary Flames tied atop the top 4 in that division, only separated by 2 points. So shaping up for some good races here in the West. Anthony Mantha leading the NHL in points right now with 41 points in 28 games. Jake Gensel, Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, and Sidney Crosby round out the top 5 goal scorers. Austin Matthews, Vladimir Tarasenko, Mantha, and Gensel, with Connor McDavid sitting in 5th. And then Crosby, Kucherov, Nicholas Backstrom, Morgan Riley, and Stamkos top 5 in assists. Goaltending-wise, Cal Peterson, 14 games for the Kings, a 1.34 goals against average and a 949 save percentage. Devin Dubnyk, James Reimer, good friend Henrik Lundqvist, who continues to play in our world, which is awesome. He's 8-0 on the year in his first year with Washington, and David Rittich, 2.17. Peterson, Dubnyk, McElhaney, Rittich, and Lundqvist top 5 in save percentage, and Holtby, Bernier, Campbell, Gibson, and Leonard are your top 5 in wins. So things are not looking well, and things are not looking good for us right now. So we're going to go to... So I was, if we look at our schedule, we are here. We're on December 1st. So I think I have to make a decision on Rask prior to our game against Toronto. So I think... Oh, excuse me. So I think I'm going to hold off. It's still early. It's only December 1st. We could, once we get Marchand and Pasternak back, we could make a run at it. So I think I'm going to hold on to Tuukka, but that Yarrow trade is one that I am considering. And call up Vladar to be our backup. And I think that's probably the play. So let's go in here and let's pull the trigger on this one. Halak for the Rangers 4th. And that gets us really the top. That'll be the top, more than likely the top pick of the first round. So we'll call up Dan Vladar. Go back to the Bruins. Go to our lines. I got to dress him first. Let's go ahead and dress Vladar. And slap him in there. All right. So let's go to, I'm going to sim ahead to the next game. And we'll get it started. All right, here we are. We have some mail. Anything interesting? Board confidence. This season has proceeded promisingly. Okay, that's good. I have myself set as cannot be fired because this isn't about getting fired. This is just about playing a playthrough as the Bruins, so that likely won't happen. Marchand's ready to return to practice. Vatanen is ready to return to practice. I don't want to take either of them off of the injury list just yet. McAvoy is back, so we got to get Charlie out there. Who goes to the bench? I mean, we may as well keep playing McAvoy at this point. I think Kevin Miller, not Kevin Millar. Wrong sport. Replace with McAvoy. Now let's go to our lines and make sure that we have McAvoy there. Yup. Make sure he's on the power play. Make sure he's on the PK. Yes, but I am missing my second defenseman. That's no good. McAvoy and who would that be? Lauzon? Yeah, I guess. Except I'm not going to leave it that way. We're going to go more and Vakanainen. More Vakanainen. Vakanainen and more. We're going to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this game against the Maple Leafs. Bjork, Bergeron, Kasha, DeBrusk, Krejci, Senyshyn, Ritchie, Coyle, Kuhlman, Lindholm, Corrali, McKegg. On defense, McAvoy and Carlo, Moore and Lauzon. Vakanainen and Clifton. And in net, Dan Vladar is going to get the start here tonight against the Maple Leafs. So let's see what happens. Jack Campbell getting the start for the Maple Leafs. He's won 14 games and has a 9.18 goals save percentage. Mitch Marner, 25 points in 28 games. Last time they played us, they crushed us 7-2. So let's go ahead. They're 19-7-2 coming into this one. Ugh. All right, let's see how it goes. Oh, we got to shut the sounds on low. That's what we want, right? All right, so here we go. And the first couple of games that we've simmed, we've had real trouble offensively. One goal against Columbus, and there's a save by Vladar. One goal against Columbus, and then I think we got shut out by Tampa. And we did score a couple in that home opener. So a 2-minute minor for tripping against Brad Richardson. So Bruins go on the power play 3 minutes into this one. Let's see if we can take advantage of it. Got Bergeron, Kasha, and Bjork out there. So far, not so good. It's a couple of shots on Vladar. Another shot on Vladar. That's going to just about do it for the power play. No, Toronto had multiple shots on goal. We had none. Yeah, we're having trouble even getting the puck across the blue line. Cleared into the near corner. Dumped back out to center ice by the Leafs. This is just ugly. We're 10 minutes in. Do we even have a shot on goal yet? No, we don't even have a shot on goal yet. Option, not options. Tactics. I mean, we're set on attacking, and we're trying to play well, we're playing a moderately up tempo. Let's move that down, and let's move shooting up some. Let's try to get some shots on goal here, fellas. Puck is fired out of play by Andre Kasha. McAvoy steals the puck, stolen right back. 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Sean Corrali. And we'll be shorthanded for 2 minutes. Couple of shots there, saved by Vladar. And there's the first goal of the game. Power play goal, William Nylander from Austin Matthews. Toronto leads 1-0. So I think the idea of trading Tuukka is not ultimately realistic. I mean, there's another goal against Vladar. A couple minutes later, Marner from Mikheyev and Mikko Lehtinen. So this has gotten off to another crappy start. So yeah, the whole idea of trading Tuukka Rask in real life is not realistic. In fact, he came out yesterday or the day before and said that he won't play anywhere other than Boston. But thankfully for me, this is a video game. There's a shot on. Lazan goes after it. He's not able to do anything with it, though. So I really think that if this doesn't get any better, I would say in the next month or so, if this doesn't get any better by January sometime, we will look to make a move. Sign a free agent goalie, or maybe in whatever deal we're able to come up with, kind of try to get somebody back. Because we're not going to re-sign him, especially with the year he's having this year. Part of that is the defense. I mean, we knew that the defense was going to be terrible this year, and it's showing. So we'll see. And there's our first shot of the game with 18 minutes gone in the first period. So I knew the defense was going to be bad. And I'm not crazy about trading both of my goalies, but I mean, it seems like we got to... And there's the third goal of the first period with 6 minutes left. Matthews from Marner and Lehtinen. 6 seconds left. We now trail 3-0. And normally you would pull Vladar, but he's been peppered. The Bruins we've allowed 16 shots on goal here in the first period. So not a good start to this one. Matthews a goal and an assist. Marner a goal and an assist. Let's just move to the second. Let's just play through this one, guys. So I think what I'm going to do when this game is over is we'll sim through. I think I said what I was going to do was sim through. And there's a 2-minute penalty on Zachary Senyshyn. So we're shorthanded again. I think what I said I was going to do was play through the month and play a game. So we'll basically review December and then play through one last game, and then maybe take a look at some potential trades. Power play is just about up. We were able to kill that one off. And puck is cleared out of play there. This has just been really, really, really bad. I hope it's not this bad in real life. A couple shots on goal there, saved by the Maple Leafs. Another shot on goal. Offense is picking it up a tiny bit here in the second period, but still unable to crack the ice. Coyle with a shot on goal, held there. Shot blocked before it gets through. And I'm not really sure what I should be doing during this. Like, I don't know if I should be talking the entire time, or if I should just let the game play itself out here a little bit. But, we'll see. If I don't have anything to say, I won't say anything. Midway through the second period, we still trail 3-0. 3 goals in the first period by the Maple Leafs. We were outshot 16-4 in the first period. Couple shots on Vladar. Nice saves there. McAvoy steals the puck. Shot on by Coyle is saved. Shot on goal, another save. So yeah, the offense has picked it up a little bit here in the second period, but we're not able to break through yet. So shot saved by Vladar. Four minutes left in the second period. We still trail 3-0. Puck cleared out. In on Vladar, nice save there. Get as far as the blue line before we lose control of the puck. Again. Breakaway save by Vladar there. 30 seconds left in period number 2. We trail 3-0. The puck is iced by Charlie Coyle. Face off to the right of Vladar, cleared out again, and that will do it for the second period of play. So we still trail 3-0. Vladar had only faced, 8 shots in the second period, saved them all. Campbell has only had to make 9 stops through 2 periods, so that's not very good. We're being outshot 24-9, and we trail 3-0 going into the third. Clear down on Dan Vladar, who's making his regular season debut. He played in the postseason in the bubble last year and struggled. A couple shots by Charlie McAvoy, and he beats Campbell for the first goal of the game, assisted by Jeremy Lauzon, and we're on the board here early in the third period. Charlie McAvoy had the shot. It was kicked back to him, and the rebound past Campbell, 3-1. Clears it out for the Bruins. Brought through center ice. Shot by John Moore. Wraparound. John Moore scores. Assisted by Krejci and Bjork. And 3.5 minutes into the third period, and we've cut the lead to 1. John Moore showing some offensive skill there with the wraparound goal. Bruins, we're only down by a goal now. See if we can tie this one in the third. Stolen away by the Bruins. Couple shots on goal. Oh, Campbell was able to kick that one out. That was close. Back into the Toronto zone where it's stolen away. Stolen right back by the Bruins. Shot scored! 3 goals in 6 minutes. Zach Senyshyn from Jake DeBrusk and Charlie Coyle. And this one is all tied at 3. 3 goals on 4 shots here in the third period has tied this one at 3. Big comeback by the Bruins here in the third period. Toronto with a couple opportunities. Vladar's able to make the stops there. That one is Vakanainen out to center ice. Bruins have it now. Break in. Shot, rebound, shot, rebound, shot. Sean Corrali in the crease is not able to put that one away. 2-on-1 for Toronto, and Vladar's able to make the save there. A golden opportunity for Sean Corrali right in the crease. 10:22 left to go in the third. Bruins have scored 3 goals in the third period to tie this one at 3. Lots of threes there. DeBrusk with a shot on. Another shot on, that time by Andre Kasha. Breakaway for the Maple Leafs, saved by Vladar. Down to 8 minutes. Shot on Vladar's kicked out. Vakanainen has it up to Bergeron, who gets it to DeBrusk. It's cleared in. Bruins have it now. 6.5 left to go. Shot kicked into the corner. Kasha has it, fires it into the near corner while the Bruins change. Down under 5 minutes left to go. DeBrusk has it with a shot on. It's kicked out. Toronto brings it right back in. Moore with some solid defense, and that is icing. 3.5 minutes left to go. 3 goals here in the third. We've tied this one at 3. McAvoy, Moore, and Senyshyn. Shot there, turned away. And Toronto comes down and scores. Nick Patan from Spezza and Matthews with Spezza, and Matthews with 2.5 minutes left to go. So, tough goal there, given up by Dan Vladar, who has stopped 30 out of 34 shots. So, option. I keep going to options. I want to go to box score. No, I don't even want to go to box score. I want to go to tactics. So we gotta turn attacking on. High tempo. Turn to game. Lines. Where does it have the when I want to pull my goalie? Right here. We want to pull our goalie down by 1 fast. So we'll see when they choose to pull the goalie. 2 minutes left. We're now down by a goal. Senyshyn with another opportunity there. Not able to beat Campbell. And I'm not sure what's going on here. But it looks like the clock's going to run out. And we're going to lose this one 4-3. All right. Well, nice comeback by the team, but they weren't able to get it done. Jack Campbell stopped 20 out of 23. Dan Vladar, 30 out of 34 in his debut. Nylander from Matthews and Riley. Marner from Mikheyev and Lettinen. Matthews from Marner and Lettinen in the first to give Toronto a 3-0 lead. No scoring in the second. And then in the third, McAvoy from, they added some assists. McAvoy from Lausanne and Coleman. Moore from Krejci and Bjork. Senyshyn from DeBrusk and Coyle. And with 2.5 minutes left, Nick Patan from Jason Spezza and Austin Matthews to give Toronto a 4-3 lead. That drops us to 9, 15, and 6 on the season. Charlie McAvoy, the only player with a plus 70 rating. Mitch Marner was almost at an 80, a 96 offensive game rating for Mitch Marner in this one. So that's that. Another loss, another day, another loss for the Bruins. We currently now sit in last place. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and sim ahead once this is done simming the day. It's going to sim to our next game against Ottawa here. Let's just take a look at our notes real quick. See if anybody is ready to go. Charlie McAvoy is back. We've already looked at those. Trade between Colorado and Buffalo. Nothing of note. Connor McDavid is out. Mike Riley traded for Brady Shea. Feels like a pretty good deal for Ottawa, picking up Brady Shea in exchange for Mike Riley. Ottawa making a couple of moves, even though they're 11, 17, and 2. So, all right. I am going to... Let's go look at the schedule. So I think I'm going to sim ahead to this game here against Pittsburgh. We'll play that one. I'll go over where we are stat-wise and standing-wise and if we made any other moves, that sort of thing. And then we'll play this game, and we'll call it an episode. So I'll be back in. For you guys, it'll be a flash. For me, it'll be however long it takes. So see you in a few. All right, we are back. Sorry, I'm squirming around here a little bit. And it's been okay. It hasn't been, this month didn't go great. It went okay. We made a couple of moves to our roster. We did make a trade. And you can see we're currently in 13th place ahead of just Ottawa, New York, and New Jersey. So what do we want to look at first? Let's go to the mail, and we'll look at the trade we made first. So we got Sami Vatanen back off the injured reserve, and once he was healthy, we immediately offered him up in trades because we weren't going to re-sign him for what he was asking. He was asking for over $4 million a year for 3 years or something. So we offered him up, just offered him up to everybody to see what we could get. And we got a ton of offers. I think every single team in the NHL offered us something for him. But the one we settled on, this is a fantastic deal for us, I think, was with the Columbus Blue Jackets. We traded Sami Vatanen, and we picked up Alexander Texier. You can see Texier is a 21-year-old, 2.5-star current, 3.5-star potential. We have him scouted as an A, along with the second A, which means how likely he is to hit that rating. So we're pretty confident in his scouting. He plays a game similar to Jake DeBrusk, very Jake DeBrusk-ish, and he's only 21 years old. And we picked him up for Vatanen, who we weren't going to re-sign. So I am very, very pleased with that. He's played one game, picked up an assist in that game. Right now we have him on the third line with Coyle and Wagner. He could very easily end up flip-flopping with Kasha if Kasha struggles on that second line. But we also got Marchand back as well. So the offense is starting to round into shape a little bit. Bjork, Bergeron, Marchand, DeBrusk, Krejci, Kasha, Texier, Coyle, Wagner, Ritchie, Corrali, and Senyshyn. We sent Carson Kuhlman down to Providence. McKegg, Lindholm, and Miller are our scratches at the moment. The other pickup we made was a waiver claim from the Detroit we didn't get him. The Detroit Red Wings, they waived Frederick Gauthier, who is a fantastic defensive forward. You can see those ratings, 15 defense, 14 physicality, I guess, or his physical ratings. Looks like he was claimed by the New Jersey Devils. So that sucks. So I was hoping we could pick him up, but no. All right. So we currently sit 14, 21, and 6. If we look at not our roster, if we look at our schedule. So we played this game here against Toronto. We beat Ottawa, then lost 5 in a row. St. Louis, Detroit, Buffalo, New York, and Chicago. We then we've now won 4 of our last 5. We beat Edmonton, beat Columbus, beat Minnesota, lost to the Canadiens, and won our last game 6-3 over San Jose. You can see Charlie Coyle, 2 goals and an assist. Kasha, 1 goal, 2 assists. Bergeron with a couple of assists there. So big win for us in our last game. Tuukka Rask made the start in that one. Let's take a look at team stats. Bergeron continues to lead us in scoring, 29 points in 41 games. Jake DeBrusk continues to lead us in goals, 15 in 41 games. Charlie Coyle, a bit better than a point a game. Andre Kasha is at about a point a game. Charlie McAvoy leads defenseman, 19 points in 31 games. Marchand, 4 points in 8 games. Back, 2 goals, 2 assists. So some of the offense is starting to look a little bit better as we get people back. Our plus-minus is still awful, although Matt Grzelcyk, look at that, a plus 18 in 32 games. So having him back from injury has made a whale of a difference as well. Patrice Bergeron with 66 penalty minutes on the season. That's got to be close to a career high for him. It is a career high for him. And we're only 41 games into the season. So that's really interesting. Power play goals. DeBrusk leads us there. Power play points, DeBrusk and Bergeron. We've got 3 shorthanded goals this year. Bergeron, Marchand, Corrali. Shorthanded points, Corrali's got a couple. Bergeron leads the team in shots. Coyle leads us in shooting percentage. McAvoy in time on ice, which isn't a surprise. Kasha leads us in face-off percentage. That's a bit of a surprise. And our overall game rating, Marchand and John Moore is second on the team in game ratings with 70. That's a bit of a surprise. If we look at goalie stats, It's still pretty bad. Rask is still terrible. 350 goals against, 890 save percentage. Vladar, 907 save percentage, 324 goals against. So goaltending is still terrible. We're completely out of it at this point. It's looking more and more likely like Tuukka is going to be moved. Let's just see. Anything interesting? Alexander Fortin? No. Nemestikov. Ty Roning's only a couple star. Bokojondi Imama. That's a great name, but I don't need him. Not for a fourth. He's 2-star. Oh. Ooh. Jesse Puljujarvi. Five points in 10 games for Edmonton, 24 points in 21 games for Bakersfield. Scored 53 points in 56 games in Sweden last year. And a fourth. Maybe. That's a pretty solid offer. Nichushkin. Valery Nichushkin. He's not bad. Offensive, defensive. He's a physical type forward, which I like. 13 points in 39 games. Seems to disappear when the game is on the line. That's no good. Had 27 points last year for Colorado, 13 this year. Philip Choplik. We're getting some decent offers. So let's get rid of the ones that we know we're not interested in. Ottawa had a decent one. Colorado and Edmonton. So we can get rid of the rest of these. And I'm going to sit on them for a week or so. And I might just push this to the trade deadline. The offers are obviously there. We can pick up a young talent and a fourth-round pick for Tuukka Rask, who we're not going to re-sign at the end of this season. It seems like a no-brainer. It's just a matter of choosing the right fourth-round pick. From a skill set wise, I like Nichushkin. I like the defense and the physicality, and his offense is acceptable. But from a I don't know what you want to call it, from an output perspective, Puljujarvi or Schlappick might be the right way to go. Although he struggled in his time in the NHL. 56 games, 11 points in the NHL, but he is only 23, so I'll think about it. I'm not quite ready to pull the trigger on Tuukka just yet. It is likely, but I'm not ready to pull the trigger on him just yet. So, all right. We have a game tomorrow against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So let's get to that one. And I hope, I think I'm going to post a video. I'm going to post this video today. It's Friday, so I'm going to post this video today. And then I hope to have some time tomorrow to post another one. All depends on what else I have going on in my family life. I've got 4 children, so my days are pretty full. But I hope to have some time tomorrow to post both another FHM video and another Draft Day Sports college basketball video. So get up into my office and sit up here for a couple hours and just record a couple of videos and get some content out this weekend. Sometime next week, as we jump into the Pittsburgh game, an injured or suspended player is dressed. Who is that? Texier's out with a facial cut. All right, so we'll go with Lindholm. I hope to post a preview of the Bruins upcoming season at some point in the next week or so. I just have to finish doing my research, and I hope to have a video posted. And then my next interview, just while we're sitting here talking, my next interview will likely be with CBS 2 sports anchor here in Chicago, Matt Zahn. We're going to do a post-mortem, if you will, on the Chicago Bears season. So if you're a football fan or a Bears fan, make sure you come back and check that out. I also have some fun interviews on there. I did an interview recently with Jimmy Murphy of Boston Hockey Now, where we talked about the Bruins in the upcoming season. So that's a fun interview. If you are a hockey fan, take a look at that. Jimmy knows his stuff, and makes me miss home. Just listening to him talk made me miss being in Boston. But at any rate, Bjork, Bergeron, Marchand, DeBrusk, Krejci, Kasha, Ritchie, Coyle, Wagner, Lindholm, Corrali, Senyshyn, Lauzon and McAvoy, Grzelcyk, and Carlo, Moore, and Clifton. And in goal for us today will be Dan Vladar again. All right, so Vladar is going to get another start. Casey DeSmith, UNH grad. So speaking of, I guess we weren't speaking of New England hockey, but my Draft Day Sports College Basketball Series I'm playing as the New Hampshire Wildcats. It's where I graduated from college. So Casey DeSmith, a UNH grad, having a solid year. 7 wins, 920 save percentage. And Sidney Crosby, of course, 52 points in 40 games. So let's see how this one goes. We got Marchand back. Let's see if that improves our offense at all. Drinking some coffee as the game gets started here. I saw Joe Haggerty post on Twitter today that Marchand is back on Bergeron's line in a training camp for the Bruins, and all is right with the world, he said, and he couldn't be more right. Having 37 and 63 back on the same line together just feels good. So no score here early on. Quick shot on, couple shots. Nice passing by the Bruins there, but unable to get one past to Smith. And John Moore will go 2 minutes for tripping. And Jake Gensel will go 2 minutes for tripping. So that kills the power play 12 seconds in. So we'll go 4 and 4 for the next minute 48. Krejci and DeBrusk out there for the Bruins. Stolen away by the Penguins. Taken right back by the Bruins. Puck is iced by the Bruins in the short 12-second power play that they have here. That's now up. And John Moore will go 2 minutes for slashing. So Moore out of the penalty box, Moore right back in the penalty box. Cleared out of the zone by Bergeron. Breakaway here for the Bruins. Shot by Grzelcyk is saved by DeSmith. Shot by Corrali, saved by DeSmith. Nice penalty killing by Sean Corrali. Shot on Vladar is kicked out. Here comes John Moore. Tries to get in on the Pittsburgh defense, is unable to. Vladar with another save midway through period number 1. No score. Kicked into the corner by Vladar. Cleared back into the Pittsburgh zone. A lot of play at neutral ice in this one so far. Not a ton of offensive chances. Bruins have had the better of the chances, though. A couple of really nice opportunities. And just as I say that, Pittsburgh gets 3 shots on goal, including the first goal of the game, Jake Gensel from Ricola and Cody Ceci. So we trail again 1-0. Pittsburgh right back in, but the Bruins are able to clear that one out. Pittsburgh's offsides. Bruins fourth line trying to get something going there. They're not able to, but that's icing. Bergeron wins the draw. A couple shots on DeSmith kicked out. And this time DeSmith holds on as the Bruins get a couple of opportunities there. Clifton with some solid defense. Breakaway for Pittsburgh. Shot on Vladar is saved. 3 minutes left in period number 1. Jake Gensel with the only goal of the game. Down to the final minute of period number 1. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Wagner loses it, and that will do it for the first period. Jake Gensel from Ricola and Ceci, the only goal of period number 1. Penguins outshoot the Bruins 11-6 in the first period. So let's jump right into period number 2. Bruins have it, and it's cleared out of play. Face off to the right of DeSmith. Again cleared out. David Krejci on the draw. Loses it to Crosby. Break in by Pittsburgh. Shot, score. Breakaway by Brian Rust from Letang and Gensel, and we trail 2-0. Speed there by Rust. So we're in a hole again. Puck is going to be iced by Pittsburgh. Shot saved by Vladar and kicked out to the neutral zone. Expect to hear some booing from these fans. Bruins fans would not tolerate this the season that we're having so far, that's for sure. Brought in by Pittsburgh. Shot save. 14.5 left to go. We trail 2-0, and Jake DeBrusk will go 2 minutes for hooking. Cleared down by Corral. Just want to make sure I'm recording here. I am. That would have been really bad if I wasn't recording any of this. Kicked into the corner by Vladar. Cleared out by the Bruins. Penalty is up on DeBrusk. Vladar makes the save. Gets it up ahead to McAvoy, who gets it to Marchand, who loses it. Bergeron with the solid defense, as expected. Saved by Vladar. Halfway through this hockey game, we trail 2-0. Lack of offense, again, coming back to hurt us. Defense hasn't been terrible. The offense hasn't been very good as DeSmith holds on to that one. Another breakaway chance. Save by Vladar. Another shot. And we trail 3-0 again. Crosby from Rust and Gensel. Jake Gensel, a 3-point night. 1 goal, 2 assists. Brian Rust, a goal and an assist. Crosby with his, I think that's his 12th goal of the season, and we are now trailing 3-0. Now, I'm really bad luck. So we won on opening night, and we've lost, 4 straight games since then? I think this will be our 4th loss in a row as we play, so to speak. Unless we can make another comeback like we did in our last game. 3 goals in the first 6.5 minutes of the third period in that one. We ended up losing, but 5.5 left to go. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Shot save Vladar. Shot save Vladar. Dan Vladar doing the best he can. He's getting peppered with shots. Couple of saves by Dan Vladar. 2 minutes left in the second period. Pittsburgh leads 3-0. Jake Gensel, 3 points so far through 2 periods of play. Kasperi Kapanen will go 2 minutes for interference and will be on the power play for the last minute of the second. Shot by Bjork is blocked. Shot behind the net. Marchand has it. Shoots as time expires. That will do it for 2 periods of play. So we trail again 3-0 going into the third. Dan Vladar, 25 out of 28 shots stopped here in 2 periods. So he's doing his best. We've only got 10 shots, though, on Casey DeSmith. And I think we're still... No, I gotta remember to change that. Get our shooting up a little bit higher. It's too little too late at this point, I think, but we'll see what happens in the third. As Pittsburgh scores a shorthanded goal 13 seconds into the third period. Juuso Ricola from McCann and Rust, who picks up his 3rd point of the game. So this just got ugly. Vladar makes a couple of stops to keep it a 4-0 game. Pittsburgh with like 4 opportunities in the first minute shorthanded in the 3rd period. Breakaway, 2 more shots saved by Vladar. Going to challenge Ron Tugnut here if this keeps up. Shot by Bergeron is saved by DeSmith. Shot saved by Casey DeSmith. Actually, guys, hang on just a second. Got to remember to edit that out. That was a conversation with my doctor. So, got to edit that out really quickly when this is all done. But let's get back to it. Let's just try to get through this one without any further carnage as we trail 4-0. Shot by Carlo is saved there. So I think my next episode will be, I'll probably play up till February. So I'll play through January. And so I'll play up to February. I'll play one of the first games of February. And then we'll do the trade deadline. And then I'll probably sim to the end of the regular season at that point. So the next episode will be the rest of the regular season. Be the rest of the regular season. We'll look at the team's final stats and everything. Penalty on Pittsburgh. And then the following episode will be the playoffs and offseason. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because this season's pretty clearly going nowhere. So I'll play a couple more games. I'll play one around the beginning of February, and then play one towards the end of the season. And then we'll probably call that a season number 1. As that puck is cleared out of play. Yeah, that's probably the plan. That may change. I may do one additional episode, like I may break the rest of the season up into 2 episodes, but we'll see. I'd rather the seasons not take, 7, 8 episodes. I think 4 to 5 episodes a season is probably more than enough, and that includes the off season. So you figure 4 episodes during the season and then one that features the off season. That'll allow for some good progress without things being too slow. If you disagree and you want me to do it differently, let me know. But that's kind of my plan, I think. So as we grind through the rest of this one, we trail 4-0, 2.5 minutes left. Just looking to not get shut out. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Crowley on the draw. A couple of saves by Vladar. 2 shots on DeSmith kicked out here in the last minute. And that will do it. So we lose 4-0. Dan Vladar stopped 42 out of 46 shots. I mean, he was good. You know, I mean, you can't give up 46 shots on goal and expect to win. But Gensel from Mikola and Ceci in the first. Couple of goals in the second. Rust from Letang and Gensel. Crosby from Rust and Gensel. And then in the third, early in the third, Juuso Ricola shorthanded from McCann and Rust. So another loss for the Bruins. Nobody with a rating of 70 or over. Marchand at the 66 was our best. McAvoy had a 65. So, yeah, so that's bad. So let's just look at the team really quickly because this episode's got to be getting close to an hour here. So let's look at the team really quickly and look at some of the potential trade chits that we have. We've already touched on Tuukka Rask, so this is going to sim ahead to my next game, which is here against Colorado, so we'll just let it do that. We've already talked about Tuukka Rask. And then everything else is, we're not going to get a lot for Nick Ritchie. We're not going to get a lot for David Krejci. And we might get something for Krejci, but I can't. I can only put Krejci on the trade block. He's got a no movement clause, so I can't trade him. Realistically, development report. Great. Koklachev got better. He'll never play for us. Swayman got better. He's doing okay down in Providence. Now his numbers have rebounded a little bit. Grzelcyk continues to get better. John Beecher continues to get better. He's up to 1.5 star, but he's down to 4-star potential now. That's not great, but McAvoy, Senyshyn, Vladar, Curtis Hall got a little bit better. Tuukka got worse. Board confidence. They still think it's going promisingly. I don't. Owen Power has moved up to the top of the list. So a lot of good defensemen right at the top of the draft list right now. Power, Hughes, and Clark. Right now, we would be looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd be looking at the 5th pick in the draft. I would like to pick up some additional draft capital. We do have New York's 4th round pick this year. If we look at, where am I going? Trade offers, Bruins draft picks. You can see we've got our 1st, our 2nd, our 3rd. We've got 2 4ths, a 5th, a 6th, and 2 7ths. So we've got some decent draft capital. I'd like to pick something up here in the 1st or 2nd round. I don't know that that's going to be possible, but we'll see what we can do. So roster-wise, so Tuukka, let's just go ahead and put Tuukka on the trade block. John Moore, we're not going to get much for Moore, but we're going to put, I'm just going to put everybody on the trade block that I want to move on from at this point, and we'll see what we can get. Richie's already on the trade block. Lindholm at 2.5 stars. Let's put him on the trade block. Bjork is already there. And I think that's good. So Rask, Moore, Ritchie, Lindholm, and Bjork are all on the trade deadline. So, or on the trade block, I should say. So I think if we look at our schedule, so we are here Saturday the 2nd. The trade deadline is February 24th. So I think what I'll do is I'll sim the month of January. I might come back for the Canadiens game. Who do we play at the beginning? Oh, we play here Monday the 1st. So this is what I'll do. I'll sim ahead till February 1st. We'll play this game against the Canadiens. We will go through the trade deadline. We'll finish up. I'll do this game against the Winnipeg Jets, and then the following episode I'll play through the end of the regular season. Maybe we'll do this last game against the Canadiens as well, just to have something to do during the just to have some gameplay during that episode. So next episode will be up until March 1st. The following episode will be the rest of the the last game of the season plus the off season. I think that's what we're going to do. So, guys, leave your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. As always, leave a like, subscribe, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and watching. So until we talk again, I'll see y'all later. Bye.